Yo, what's up, everybody? I hope you are relaxing a little bit and just trying to settle into this evening. It is me, Simply Destiny Unique, and I am just checking in with you. So much is going on in our world, and it is really difficult to navigate the ins and outs, the ups and the downs. So much information is coming out. A lot of it is contradictory information. Sources that have once been very credible are now seeming to give us information that is consistently changing. I don't know if there is just not enough time for information to be vetted properly like it used to be, or if that is no longer the concern. Maybe the new normal is just to see what medium can get the information out the fastest. But with that being said, I think that this is a very important time in human history for us to begin to resurrect those tools that we come here with, and intuition is one of them. This system has not really been set up for us to develop this tool in normal environments operating in this society. And I'm speaking as a woman, an African American woman in the Americas, in North America specifically, the United States. We are not really given many tools to strengthen our intuition. But that is a part of our primal being. That is a part of our life force. That is a part of our existence. That is a part of our survival. But how do you strengthen this? How do you learn the voice of your intuition? How do you know what your intuition feels like? How do you know when you're making decisions that are in alignment with your heart's desires, and some would say your dharma or your soul's desires? I have the opportunity of participating in this class currently called Sacred Commerce, and the instructor and the creator of the curriculum, her name is Asha Ramakrishna, and she has some really beautiful, fascinating things to say about our intuition and using your intuition and tapping into your dharma and tapping into your life's purpose in order to create business. Because a lot of us who consider ourselves spiritual, I guess, or concerned about people and the decisions that we make and how they affect people and the world and humanity at large, are a lot of times very hesitant in becoming business owners or becoming wealthy, because we are looking at how capitalism is really destructive. It is destructive for the people. It is destructive for the consumer. It is destructive for the creator, and it is destructive for the planet. So for those of us who are looking at all of these moving pieces, it is often difficult for us to come up with business models that make us feel comfortable but are also sustainable and also lucrative for us and our families. So check her out, Asha Ramakrishna. If you're interested, type in the chat box and I will definitely send her, but you can find her on Facebook definitely. And I recommend taking her class. It has been eye-opening for me. You gotta work, because it really is about self-discovery and putting yourself in a position to really strengthen your intuition. But something that I have been dibbling and dabbling in for quite some time is strengthening my intuition. My intuition was really, really strong. As a child, and most of us have really strong intuition as a child, and then sometimes when we come here with such strong intuition and such strong spiritual energy, the adults around us get very intimidated and they feel like you're being disrespectful or you're challenging them because you know who you are. So my encouragement is to wake that person up again. that person that made other people feel uncomfortable, not because you were doing something wrong, but because you definitely knew who you were. Because the last thing you want to do is to often follow other people to where you no longer know what your intuition is, what your intuition feels like, sounds like, and how it makes others respond. And one thing that we talked about in the Sacred Commerce class was not to wait until you have to make a monumental, life-changing decision before you begin to try to understand this voice of yours, this tool of yours, but to start with little things. Like when you feel that your intuition is speaking to you, or that little voice, or that feeling, or that sensation, like you should wear that blouse today, or you should wear those shoes, or take an umbrella, or leave your water bottle in the car, or something like that. Like when you get these little signs, or these thoughts, these voices, these feelings, these tugs in your gut, for little small things, little small decisions that you make, start there. So I often recommend journaling. That's something that helps me and was recommended to me by my spiritual teachers, was to journal. When you are on this journey of self-discovery, journaling is such a powerful tool to help remind you of the lessons that you're learning, because our minds are so busy and so much thing is happening in our head and in our homes and in our lives and in our spirits, and we are in a great time of transformation for humanity and for the planet. And tapping into our intuition is very, 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 very critical for this shift, because there's an old saying that says, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. So your intuition is going to be very, 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 very vital for your evolution and for your survival. So next week will be coming up. I invite you to keep a journal of when you felt that little voice, you felt that little pull, and when you were right on it, when you obeyed it and it worked out for you. Or maybe you did it and nothing happened. You're still in the process of learning what your intuition feels like, sounds like, how it rests with you. And the more you practice it, the more you fine tune it, the more accurate it will become, and the more comfortable you will become in using it. Let's see what happens. Let's keep growing. You are loved, you are supported, and you are appreciated. Continue to let your light shine and inspire others to do the same. Ashe and Namaste.